what's going on, fam? I am here. Hey, Highway Exec, you been staying busy? I'm here in Plymouth. Let me cut the truck out. Maybe y'all can hear me a little better. I'm here in Plymouth, Indiana. Get ready to drop off. You in Chicago? I'm over here in Indiana. Our tags didn't work. Did you try using the toll? The tags, our tags didn't work going through the toll, so I had to pay a toll coming through here to get over here to Plymouth, Indiana. It was like $2.90, but I was like in the pre-pass lane, and it said did not recognize my tag. So I'm like, oh my God. It said low bound. Oh my God. But I picked up a load in Minnesota, and came through over here to Indiana. But this appointment got like it got a window on it. So when I got here, they said I had already a couple of trucks ahead of me. So now I just have to wait until they call me. So they told me it was going to be a couple of hours. Then I got to go pick up a load in Indiana and take that down onto East Point, Georgia. So I'm thinking it's going to be warmer in Georgia. I'm thinking that it's going to be warmer in Georgia than it is down here, but they saying Georgia is cold too. I looked on the weather thing. It say Georgia is like it's cold down there, so it's like we can't run away from it. But it's snowing up here where I'm at. So it's snowing over here where I'm at, and it's really cold. But you know, I don't know if this is some of y'all first year being out here on the road as a driver in the wintertime, but it is no joke, y'all. Make sure they tell you to make sure that you have some alcohol in your truck for your airlines, to keep your airlines from freezing up. Make sure that you got, you know, plenty of blankets and everything in your truck. Make sure you got some non-slip resistant shoes on, okay? Because yesterday when I was in Minnesota, I almost slipped and fell because I had on a pair of tennis shoes. So make sure you got some non-slip shoes, boots or whatever you need to wear, because this ice is real slippery out here. Make sure you keep plenty of fuel and DEF in the truck, because you never know if your truck may break down on the side of the road, and it may be some time before somebody can get to you. I went to, let's see, what else for winter? Gloves. These gloves right here is not good for winter. You need some thick gloves to put on your hands. Try to have something covering your face, because that wind is strong. And then make sure you layer up. Like this right here, what I got on right now is my long johns. Okay, I brought these in Harrisonville, Missouri at that Saps. So it's a pair of long johns I got on. Then I got this right here, this thick thing, this thick jacket to put on. And then I got another jacket to put on as well. So layer up so that whenever you get out the truck, you'll have all the layers that you need on. Make sure you cover your head and have a hat on your head at all times. And if you get wet, make sure you get out them wet clothes and change your hey Terrell, make sure you change your wet clothes into something dry. Have some thick socks on, okay? Because that wind will get up in there, and you do not want to catch pneumonia out here on the road, okay? But always be aware. Y'all know how that black ice look. It's like real shiny. It's where the snow and the rain get together, and it's kind of it looks icy, and it's hard to see sometimes. But other than that, just make sure you take your time, and make sure you take your time out here so you won't have any problems. I know last year they had a you know, some incidents up on 90 and 94 and things like that, but you should be okay as long as you take your time. But I can't wait for this winter to be over with. Y'all, okay, look, I'm not going to talk about trucking. I've been looking at some reality shows, okay, and I want to catch y'all up, and I want to ask y'all how y'all feel about some of these reality shows that I've been looking at. And I've been watching the news. A lot of time I don't watch the news because there be so many bad things going on in the news, but it's like crazy that you're seeing all these type of the biggest thing that's in the news right now is what not only the ELD mandate that people are still trying to protest against, which is going to be, you know, it's going to happen, so people are going to have to make that change. But not only that, but I've been seeing about, you know, people coming out after so many years of being harassed by other individuals. And I'm thinking, like, you know, if these people wasn't in such a powerful position, or a position where they made a lot of money, you know, what will happen? It's just that I feel like a lot of this has been going on forever and a day. It's just like people never talked about it, okay? They always kept it, you know, hush hush. It's always been a man's world, a man rule, whatever the man say, you know, that's it. But now men are being held accountable for the things that they are doing to these young girls and these young underage people, okay? And then a lot of people say, well, why do it take these women to wait, you know, 10, 15, 20 years in order to come out and share their story and tell people what happened to them? A lot of people feel afraid and threatened, like, you know, nobody will believe you. You know, if you say something about a situation, because that person has been in power for all this time and they have all this money, who's going to believe, you know, you? But now there are, you know, women that are not afraid to speak up and you know, tell what has happened to them, and hopefully it will be some changes. But yet and still, it's like it's still like it just depends on who it is. Let's see. Yeah, about that Alabama, about the Roy Moore, the person that is running in Alabama. And it's like, you know, it's still in some cases accepted, depending on, you know, what kind of position you're in. But remember the Anita Hill case? When she did that, and when she came out and said what Clarence, whatever his name, was doing, and, you know, they had all these hearings and she had to go through all that humiliation and all that kind of stuff, and he still got elected as the judge, okay? So, I mean, it has a lot of, I'm glad that there are more women speaking out now about it, so that, you know, people will start to change it, because they know what they do in the dark will eventually come to the light. So maybe you will change the way you do. And then when it is costing you money, like you walking away from $1 million job, $33 million, a $25 million house, and all this kind of stuff. So and then the surprising part of it is too, Brandy, that, you know, people are still voting for these people no matter what they did. But now you seeing more people, you know, losing their positions, losing their money. Is it worth it? Is it worth, you know, you taking advantage of somebody that's innocent, that don't have a voice, that don't have a way to speak up for themselves, and just, you know, because you feel like you in a position of power that you can do something like that? You know, is it worth you losing everything that you have worked so hard for? So, and then a lot of it, this is the amazing thing. This is what you can tell about a person that's a pedophile, or a person that does sexual harassment to other women. It's like, they don't just do it one time, okay? It's not like I'ma just proposition somebody one time, that's gonna be it. I learned my lesson, I'm not gonna do that no more. These people do it all the time. It's like, that's why you seeing so many women coming out, like 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and they all got the same MO. It's like, you know, they all had the same, you know, well, he invited me to the hotel. You know, the next 4 people will say the same thing. He brought me to the hotel and locked the door. Somebody will say, you know, he made me drink this certain kind of whatever, mixed drink or whatever. And the next 3 people will say, you know what, he had me drinking that same drink. So it's like, their habits don't change. It's like, once they do that, it becomes habitual, and they keep doing it, and they do it the same way. So it's kind of hard to not believe some of the accusations that come out, because it's the same. It's like, it's not extremely different. So, you know, you got all that going on, and, you know, people are taking notice to that, and how it affects us. Do we have, how does sexual harassment affect us in the workplace, in trucking? Okay, a lot of us as females, as women, we deal with sexual harassment a lot of times, I feel, when the men train women. Okay, it's a lot of opportunities out there. I have spoke to some trainers that feel like, you know, you're grown, they're grown, you know, and if they making an advance at you, they feel like that's okay, like you're out in a regular place, that they can do that, and it's actually not okay. You know, when you're in a supervisory type position, when you're in a position that it depends on the trainer, if you pass or fail. If you're in a position that, you know, basically, when I have a student on my truck, I'm their employer. I'm the one, their money comes from my check, okay? I'm the one, you know, help pay their salary and things like that. So when you're a male trainer on a truck and you have a female student and you make those advances towards that female student, that is a basis for sexual harassment, okay? And it before anyone should be a trainer out here taking on, and then you in a position too, you have to think about this, that you're in a position that in authority, position of authority, okay? You're also in a position that you are influenced this maybe younger person, okay? When I got into trucking, I'm 40 something years old, okay? It's a little bit different than it would be if you're getting a driver that is 21 years old, okay? 23. You got young females that choose to get in this industry. They may not have kids yet, you know, they may have, you know, just got not too long out of high school, and they're entering into this adult profession, and they're really looking at you to make sure that, you know, you teach them the right thing and how to protect themselves, okay? And then when you turn around and you take advantage of that situation, you know, it just it's really bad. So I know that and a lot of people don't get it. They don't understand that that is not an ideal thing to do when you're put in a position of leadership, when you put in a position of authority, okay? It's not something that's good to do. You know, I know that they try to evaluate each trainer, but y'all have to understand, we have so many people that come in this industry on a weekly basis, and trainers are limited, you know. So a lot of times it's on a volunteer type thing of, do you want to train and do you want to do this? I think that all schools or all companies that have training programs, and I know that they do at KLLM, I think they do, that you go through some kind of sexual harassment course, okay, so that you know as a student what is acceptable and what's not acceptable for a trainer to say to you, and then you know as a trainer what it is that you can and cannot say to your student, okay, because they're not, the worst thing that probably will happen to the trainer is they're not able to train no more, or they may get terminated, okay, or something like that. But it will cost the company money, because this student is not going to sue the trainer. Who she's going to sue? She's going to sue the company, okay? And the company will have to pay lawsuits and settlements and all kinds of things, just because you can't keep, you know, you can't be professional, okay? And it's not that hard. It's just having to do with respect. Now there's some people that come out and you know, they train with their trainer and they end up being in relationships and getting married. But you have to remember to be appropriate, and if a person is not welcoming of those suggestions or things that you're doing, then you should stop. You know, you should not try to pursue it, okay? But that right there is where I feel like in the trucking industry, you are most vulnerable to sexual harassment out here. Usually, I mean, when you're in your truck and things like that, you may have a driver say something to you that may be inappropriate, and you could quickly, you know, tell them, you know, don't do this or don't do that. But where I think that a person would feel like they are insignificant or they are taken advantage of would be on a truck with another male, or in a training environment, or yeah, or they're told that they have to team with this person and they really don't want to, okay? So, you know, you just always have to be careful and mindful. And a lot of these people, it's amazing, you know, how many people are doing this, and they have families, and they are some training sexual harassment go both ways. As far as the students, they can think that, you know, if they say things to their trainers or act a certain way with their trainer, then, you know, that's going to help them get their CDL. And yes, it can go both ways. You know, I heard several, you know, instances where students, you know, come in here and think this is a game, and they think they could just flirt their way, or, you know, say this and say that to the trainer, and they just gonna automatically, you know, hand them this CDL, and it's not the case. So you just have to be careful. You just have to be mindful as well. And if you see that is something that's happening to you, say something about it. Speak up. Say something. Don't sit up there and be taken advantage of. But yeah, I talked to y'all, when y'all come out here and y'all and if you are new out here and you network with veteran drivers and things like that, they can help you out so much. I was up in Minnesota yesterday and driving on through here, and I was like, you know what, I haven't stopped in 8. I need to fuel up. I need to do that. And someone called and said, well, where are you at? And I said, I'm on 90 coming east. And it was like, no problem. 90 east. When you get to 94, go to exit 69. It's a Chinese restaurant right there that's parking, truck parking. The pallet is right there. You could go fuel up. I would have never known that if you know, without talking to people that's been out here a long time. They can really help you in different ways, okay? Other than that, what else is going on? Harassment. I've been watching, what is that? 90 Day Fiance, okay? I watched an episode of that, and, you know, it's like, okay, I guess the women they don't find nobody in the United States, right? So they go out and they find these men or women to marry that don't live in the United States. So they get to come over here for 90 days and see if their relationship work. And then if it does, then you can marry that person in 90 days. Now, why this wouldn't be a good idea or this would not work for me is because these people can't work. Like, you can bring them over here, but you're going to have to take care of them for the whole time that they over here. You know, they may not have no income. They may not have no money. They may not have nothing. So that's just like you flying somebody in that you got to provide for and take care of, okay? Until they get what is called a green card. And they don't get the green card until after you get married, okay? So you got to still apply for the green card. So it could be 2 to 3 years where you done had this man or this woman in your house and they ain't contributing to nothing. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But I watched that. I've been watching, what else have I been watching on reality shows? Oh, Married to Medicine. Have y'all seen that? And I didn't know that this season that I've been watching it, it's like, they are being more, I guess, vulnerable with themselves and their relationships, with infidelity and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, to see somebody stay with their spouse after infidelity is like, you know, that is something that you not too often see on TV. Usually if somebody find out that, you know, you having an affair, you cheating, or you doing this or you doing that, they gone, you know. But to see a couple, Bree, I've been watching it on DirecTV now. You know, you don't have to have that satellite no more. All I do is I take my laptop and I download my DirecTV app. DirecTV Now app is $35 a month. I take my HDMI cord and I plug it up from my laptop to the TV and I watch it on TV. And since I got Verizon got unlimited hotspot, so I'm able to watch it on TV when I don't have anything else to do. But, you know, being up here in this cold weather is just, oh my God. It stopped snowing, y'all. Look, the sun done came out. But I had found this abandoned building over here that's like right down the street from where I got delivered. And she said that she was going to call me in a couple of hours and hopefully I can get unloaded to get down there to Indianapolis. But other than that, y'all, what's going on with y'all? Y'all got anything going on? You getting ready for Christmas? What I'm listening to, Nat King Cole. But yeah, I'm just sitting up here listening to, where's Ripley? Come here. Come on. I got him this little outfit, y'all. He been getting out there. When he got to get out and go to the bathroom, he put his jacket on so he can go out and do what he got to do. But make sure that he is warm. Look, Rip, say hello. Look, up here. Look this way. This way, Rip. Say hello. He is something else. But what else is going? Oh, y'all, I'm gonna be trying out this product. They're gonna be sending it to me. They asked me if I would try it out and do a video on it. So I'm gonna be trying this out. It's like it's called Thrive Life. I'm in Illinois. I'm in Indiana, Rachel. In Plymouth, Indiana. Off of 30, somewhere off of 30. But they want me to try this product out. And I looked at it and it looks like it reminds me of MREs, okay? So the stuff is going to come in boxes, okay? And you should be able to make a meal. You should be doing all this stuff. All you got to do is add water and heat it up. And it's going to become whatever you want. But it's all dried stuff. So they're going to have dried fruit, dried hamburger meat like beef, dried onions, dried tomato paste, dry. Everything is dry. And all you got to do is add the water and dry eggs, ice cream, all kinds of stuff. But they're going to send me a box of it. And they're going to send me a box of it. And I'm going to try it out for y'all online to see how it is. You're supposed to just be able to add water. And once you get through, you can put it in your refrigerator or whatever. But you should be able to make like mashed potatoes, gravy, all kinds of stuff. So hopefully I'll be getting that next week and try that out and maybe do a video on it and see how it tastes and all that kind of stuff. The work at home positions are still up there. They changed that. They added another one. How can I say it? Amusement. How can I say amusement? Theme park. Yeah, Kendra, military food, but it's called Thrive Life. And they called and asked if I would try it out and see if it would be good for truck drivers. Okay, so, you know, maybe it'll cut down on the storage. You don't have to have a refrigerator. You could just pour the water, heat it up, and you're able to eat a full meal, and it's supposed to taste good. Okay. What else? I got a job, a client in there that, how can I say, it's a theme park client. They're paying anywhere from $12 to $15 an hour, depending on how many hours you work. And the class is really not too expensive. It's like maybe $29, $49. But you start earning money, I think, the second phase of your training. Let's see. Hey, I want to start trucking, but I just got my driver's license in August, and I have a husband and small kids at home. Can I get a job that will have me home on the weekends? Yeah. It's just, you may not be able to do it at first because a lot of companies want you to go out there and get your experience and be able to travel. But yeah, you can eventually make it back to the house where you're either home every week, every day. Let me tell you what my hot job is right now. I got some hot jobs. Give me 1 second. But yeah, I get jobs all the time. Is it going to show me on here? But yeah, it's not impossible. You can get a, where is my email? But yeah, it's not impossible. You can get a job that you can go home daily, you can go home weekly. You don't have to stay OTR all your career. A lot of people get out here and get that experience, and then they start to get things that will bring them closer to the house. The only problem that you will probably have is that in the area, okay? A lot of your big mega carriers will have some local work for you. For example, like if you ever go to Walmart distribution center, or you go to Hershey, or you go to a lot of these factories, they have like shuttle trucks, and they have maybe Swift or CR England, and all they do is service that client. Okay, all they do is service that customer, and those people are usually in day cabs, and they usually go home every day. Like they just do local runs and they go home every day. Let's see. Somebody inboxed me about having problems with that pre-trip. What helped me about doing my pre-trip, you know, labeling everything on the truck and making sure I'm able to pass the test, is like I broke it down in sections. I know at KLLM that they give you the sheet and it breaks it down in each section. And if you can try to, instead of memorize the whole thing, memorize each section, and then when you see it, look at it, touch it, so you'll know, you'll recognize what that is. Like if you're doing the wheel of your pre-trip, you'll know, you know, the wheel seat not bent, broken, or no leaks, no, all that kind of stuff. Then you go on the inside. Then you go back down to the airbags. You know, do each section. When you get down there to that, the fifth wheel plate, you know, that's a section. Concentrate on that. If you can learn how to do each section, it will automatically come to you. So when you start at the front of that truck, you are just going to start naming what you see. Naming what you see. And a lot of times you can say, you know, when you start on one side, you can say, and that applies to the other side as well. You'll be apply at, but you can, and some of the local or regional jobs, they also require you to have at least a year experience. Some of them do. But yeah, there's regional stuff like Avery. There's Venture Logistics. They go out, some people go out 250 miles, come back. I think it's Venture Logistics, Avery. But yeah, you'll find a lot of companies once you start looking and getting your experience out there that will allow you to be home weekly or even daily. Some companies will allow you to be home on your 34-hour reset whenever you reset. But no, you do not have to stay OTR for the rest of your life. Usually, you know, a lot of people get in and they go OTR so they get to see everything. They get to go everywhere. They get to say they've been in Utah, California, all these different places. But then after a while, they're like, you know, I'm tired of going in the snow. I'm tired of doing this. And they may scale back a while. Like my regional that I'm on right now is only consists of about, I want to say 16 states, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't go anywhere in Utah, California, New Mexico, Arizona, Wyoming. I don't do none of that. Everything that I do is on this side, and I prefer it that way. You can still get your miles doing regional, then as same as you could do OTR. The difference is regional, you go into a lot of the same places, okay? OTR, you may be going to different places, but regional, you go through a lot of same places. Tired of the traffic and idiots on the road. Yeah, it is bad, especially when you get up here around Chicago, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Dallas. You know, you could spend hours in traffic, but you'll get it. You know, you just have to take your time. I wouldn't get worried, you know, if you didn't pass your pre-trip inspection on the very first time, okay? A lot of people don't pass their tests, all they test on the very first time. You will get it. And then after a while, once you get out here on the road, you'll be like, I can't believe that was so simple, you know, but it's just overwhelming when you first do it because you're not used to any truck parts. I never drove a truck. I never was in a truck. I didn't know anything about a truck. I didn't even know how to shift this 10-speed. And some people still say, I still don't know how to shift it. I still don't know how to shift it. But no, it just comes with time. That's all it is. It just comes with time. But other than that, y'all have some questions for me. Now, if you are applying to go to school, don't forget to call me. I got about 6 schools that I could put you in, okay? And yes, it's Swift. Yes, it's CR England. Yes, it's CRST. Yes, who else I got? I got Snyder, CFI. I got a lot of them. But yeah, we will get you in where you fit in. You need schooling coming out of NYC. Then after that, you forgot. Let's see. Not on the GPS and located in the woods. I know my worst experience out here at OTR was when I tried to pick my loads on a load board, because that was like the craziest stuff. I mean, I had to go to all kinds of stuff. It wasn't the address, so they didn't have the right address. Like right now, this load that I have right now is a C.H. Robinson load, okay? When they gave me the address to pick up the load, that was fine. But then when I get over here, I got two separate addresses. I got an address that they sent me, and then I got an address that's on the paperwork. They got two plants. And y'all, if y'all see this mess, some of this stuff, like I said, the only problem that I had, you know, with picking loads off the load board was like, you got to know how to back up, okay? Because you could be backing up in anywhere. I mean, it could be like one little driveway. It don't even have to be a driveway. It could be like, you got to back up in front of a little ramp, okay? And in a little tight space. That's the only thing that I didn't like about picking loads off the load board. Being with a company, you know, they have their own customers, and a lot of times these companies have schools, and they know that you are a new driver, so they try not to put their new drivers or drivers in a situation where it's going to be difficult and they're going to have a hard time. That's why you see the mega carriers have like Walmarts and Hershey's, and you know, you get down there, it's just big old Dollar General. It's just a big old warehouse, you know, where you easy in. They're going to give you instructions on how to get in there, how to get out, so you don't have a difficult time. But when you start trying to be on your own and you start picking off load boards, then, you know, they may not have seen what kind of dock it is that you gotta pull up to, you know. They just concerned about getting the account and getting the money. It's up to the driver. The driver, you the one got the license, so you should be able to get in there how you can. But, you know, there's some places that don't, that you can't get in there with a 53 foot. But other than that, y'all, anything else y'all got going on? What else? I got an email about my hot jobs of the day, so I can at least tell you, let's see. I changed my password on my email so many times, I just forget what it is. Oh, that's it. I forget what it is. But I get like maybe 10, 15 emails a day. Okay, hot runs of the day. Here's my hot runs of the day. Hot runs of the day is, I need a team that will be home weekly at Dick's Sporting Goods. I need a driver in Fredericksburg, Virginia, to be home daily. I need a driver in Plainfield, Connecticut to be home daily or weekly at the Lowe's dedicated. I got a Target reefer account in Rialto, I'm going to spell it, Rialto, California, that driver will be home daily. I got Walmart account in Arcadia,